The comment I'm replying to is my own to a video that's, in a long line of videos regarding this particular creator who labels himself a classical libertarian, which is basically just a fancy way uh, of saying that they're an anarchist. I understand that the right had co opted the word libertarian to suit their own means. And this is just what liberals do. Liberals will take revolutionary rhetoric and they will just use it and twist it to their own means to achieve whatever they need. And through the line of responses and videos, it then degrades into just a series of flipping off one of my mutuals, and really just, I guess, people like us in general. Now, I fundamentally like anarchists. I think, I think it's great that they want to criticize and analyze hierarchical structures, dominance hierarchies. I see them doing a lot of boots on the ground work, and I really admire that. And I I sometimes, understand where they're coming from, and I understand the criticisms of having leaderships that could potentially turn into totalitarians. And I think that that is the biggest contributions that anarchists can be to socialists in general, is that they are the side of socialism that can hold uh, people a little more accountable in a way, because they are acting almost like a literal adversary, like in the classical sense that the adversary is one who like acts like a prosecutor, basically. That being said, an issue I see with anarchists is the hypervigilance that a lot of them have. And this can be a good thing, but when it's turned on their own comrades, because even as a fundamentally Marxist individual, anarchists are historically enemies, mostly because they have been used in counter-revolutionary movements. And it's understandable because they are anti-authoritarian. But sometimes people get tunnel vision and they totally don't realize that their antagonisms can be used by the common enemy. And like all liberals, they will take revolutionary rhetoric that originally came from legitimate socialists who were just criticizing each other, and then they use it for their own propaganda to discredit socialism. Every piece of anti-communist propaganda was either taken from anarchists criticizing Marxists, Trotskyites criticizing the USSR and Stalin, the Austrian School of Economics criticizing just Marxism views on economics in general, or uh, dissidents from the USSR because they corroborated with the Nazis, or they corroborated with the white army, or they corroborated with capitalists, or people who left the USSR because they had an entrepreneurial spirit and they felt like they were being oppressed because they wanted to make a bunch of money and become the person doing the oppressing. I guess what I'm saying is that we can't even unite in this country over the main common goal, is that our main enemy are the capitalists, are the people that own the jobs. And really, at this point in history, we really don't have time to be fighting each other and to be picking at each other and then just going through the same arguments that we have both sides been making for over 150 years. Ever since Marx and Proudhon and Marx and Bakunin, the same arguments and the same fights and the same animosities have been happening. And it's bullshit. It really is bullshit. We really need to figure out how to get over this shit. And, I think maybe because of our ideological foundations, there probably are some irreconcilable differences. And I don't know, maybe we'll never get over it. But I think when it comes down to the battlefield, the day that we have to actually, fight against the oppressive class, I really hope to be seeing my anarchist brothers and sisters out there with me and my other Marxist, Leninist, and Maoist brothers and sisters out there fighting alongside each other. And then maybe we can figure out what to do after that. Because the thing is that here in America, socialism is not going to look anything like it did in the USSR. It can't. It materialistically cannot look the same. We have too many things going on and too many other cultural interactions that have to be taken into consideration.